everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about something we've all felt. That heavy, sinking feeling on a Sunday night. The constant buzz of notifications in our heads, or the pressure that feels like a weight on our shoulders. I'm talking about workplace stress. It's more than just having a bad day. It can seep into every corner of our lives, affecting our health, our relationships, and our overall happiness. But here's the good news. You are not powerless. Today, we're going to dive deep into practical, actionable strategies to not just cope with job stress, but to actually reclaim your peace of mind and thrive. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's figure this out together. First things first. Let's identify what's actually causing the stress. Is it an overwhelming workload? A difficult colleague or manager? Maybe it's a lack of control over your projects or feeling undervalued for your contributions. Take a moment, maybe even grab a journal, and write down the top 3 things that are stressing you out at work. Being specific is key. It's the difference between saying my job is stressful and saying the deadline for the quarterly report combined with the lack of clear direction is causing me anxiety. Once you've named the stressors, you've taken the first and most important step. You've moved from a vague feeling of being overwhelmed to having a clear problem to solve. This clarity alone can be incredibly empowering. Now that you know what you're up against, let's talk about strategies you can use during the workday itself. One of the most effective techniques is the Pomodoro technique. It's simple. Work in focused 25-minute intervals, then take a 5-minute break. During that break, actually step away from your desk. Stretch, look out a window, grab a glass of water. This isn't about being lazy. It's about managing your energy. Your brain isn't designed for 8 straight hours of intense focus. By breaking up your day, you prevent burnout and can actually be more productive. Another powerful in-the-moment tool is micro-meditation. When you feel that wave of stress rising, close your eyes for just 60 seconds. Focus on your breath. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. This simple act resets your nervous system and pulls you out of that fight-or-flight response. Let's zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture of your work habits. How are your boundaries? In our hyper-connected world, it's easy for work to bleed into our personal time. The most successful and least stressed people are often the ones with the strongest boundaries. This means defining your work hours and sticking to them. It means turning off work notifications on your phone after a certain time. If you work from home, create a dedicated workspace. When you leave that space at the end of the day, you're mentally clocking out. It's also crucial to learn to say no. You don't have to be a superhero. If your plate is already full, it's okay to respectfully decline a new task or negotiate a more realistic deadline. Protecting your time and energy isn't selfish. It's essential for long-term sustainability and performance. Okay, let's tackle a big one. Difficult people. Dealing with a challenging boss or coworker can be one of the most draining forms of workplace stress. The key here is to focus on what you can control: your own reactions and communication. Try to approach conversations from a place of curiosity rather than confrontation. Instead of saying, "You're always micromanaging me," you could try, "I work best when I have a bit more autonomy on a project. Could we try checking in once a day instead of every hour?" Use I statements to express your feelings and needs without blaming the other person. And remember, you don't have to be best friends with everyone. The goal is a professional, respectful, working relationship. Document everything if you need to. And if the behavior crosses a line, don't hesitate to involve HR. Your psychological safety at work is non-negotiable. So we've talked about managing stress during work, but what you do outside of work is just as important. Your life needs to be more than just working and recovering from work. You need to actively refill your cup. What brings you joy? Is it hiking, painting, playing a musical instrument, cooking, or maybe just getting lost in a good book? Make non-negotiable time for these activities in your schedule. Treat your hobbies with the same importance as a work meeting. Physical activity is another game changer. You don't have to run a marathon. A brisk 20-minute walk during your lunch break can do wonders for clearing your head and boosting your mood. And please, prioritize sleep. A tired brain is a stressed brain. Create a relaxing bedtime routine to signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Communication is your secret weapon. Often, we assume our managers know we're drowning, but they might be completely unaware. Schedule a one-on-one meeting to discuss your workload and your stress levels. Come prepared with solutions. For example, you could say, "I'm feeling stretched thin with projects A, B, and C. I believe I could deliver higher quality work if we could prioritize A and move the deadline for C by a week." What are your thoughts? This shows you're being proactive, not just complaining. Also, lean on your support system. Talk to a trusted friend, family member, or partner. Just venting and having someone listen can lift a huge weight off your shoulders. You don't have to carry this burden alone. Sharing your experience normalizes it and opens the door for support and new perspectives. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, the stress is just too much. It might not be about managing the stress anymore, but about changing the situation. It's crucial to recognize the signs of chronic burnout. Things like emotional exhaustion, feeling cynical or detached from your job, and a sense of ineffectiveness. If you're experiencing these, it might be a sign that the job itself is the problem. Maybe the company culture is toxic, or the role is simply not a good fit for your skills and values. It is perfectly okay to decide that your health is more important than any job. Start by updating your resume, networking, and exploring other opportunities. Just taking these small steps to regain control can be incredibly therapeutic, even before you land a new position. Finally, and this is so important, please don't hesitate to seek professional help. Talking to a therapist or a counselor is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. They can provide you with personalized tools and strategies to manage stress and anxiety that are tailored to your specific situation. Many companies now offer employee assistance programs, or EAPs, which provide free, confidential counseling sessions. Check your company's benefits. Think of a therapist as a coach for your mind. Just as an athlete works with a coach to improve their performance, you can work with a therapist to improve your mental well-being and resilience. To wrap it all up, managing workplace stress is an active, ongoing process. It starts with identifying your stressors, then implementing daily tactics like the Pomodoro technique and boundary setting. It involves improving your communication, nurturing a rich life outside of work, and knowing when it's time to consider a bigger change. You have the power to influence your work life for the better. Start small, be consistent, and be kind to yourself along the way. You deserve to have a career that energizes you, not one that drains you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I truly hope these strategies help you find a little more peace and balance in your work life. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content on living a healthier, happier life. I'd love to hear from you in the comments what S1 strategy you go in to try this week. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.